Aloha, divine, beautiful beings. Hope you're having as beautiful of a Tuesday as I am today. I woke up at 3 a.m. super energized, full of life, and feeling amazing. It's a beautiful day with a tutu. Say hi to everyone. And these gorgeous trees. And here we are talking about life-death story number 6 and the miracle that we come into when we break open, when we realize that we have nothing to lose except living life to the fullest, living life with love, acceptance, allowance, gratitude, and appreciating all the wonderful people who never give up on us, who love us despite our weaknesses, our moments of struggle, our confusion. So here's a story. Keep on watching. I'll post it also in the longer version of the IGTV and YouTube. So life death story number 6. I have never shared the story with anyone, by the way, because I felt a great amount of shame and disgust, really with myself, because I thought I knew better. I was 25 years old, had just come out of this vicious cycle of abuse, a horrible abusive relationship, the divorce, and I had to pull myself together, finish my master's degree. I started working for the Asian Women's Shelter, a domestic violence shelter, and an international film festival. That was incredible. And I'm still having a hard time talking about the story because I've never really shared it with anyone, or ever really. I applied for a job as a part-time job just to pay my bills, and I had to become independent, you know, support myself and pay the rent and just, you know, find work. So I worked as a waitress, and it was for a wonderful sushi, blowfish sushi. But I wanted more income. You know, with waitressing, it can be tricky sometimes, and there's so much politics and all that within a restaurant. Anyways, I started looking on Craigslist, and I was so... I think when you're broken and you're devastated and you're pulling yourself together, you're naive too to life and people. I've become much wiser right now that I'm 42. When I was 25, I was so naive to people. I expected that people would have a code of ethics and they would be honest, and I learned the hard way. And so this guy said, okay, meet me at the Four Seasons Hotel in San Francisco. I think it was the Four Seasons, a really fancy hotel, and he was a 40-year-old. He looked like he was 45, and I was 25, and I thought I was applying for an assistant job for this businessman. You know, didn't know the details. Showed up to the interview, and he says, well, let's not meet in the lobby because I have to show you all this paperwork, and let's go meet in my room. Red flag number 1. Even if it's a business meeting and you're dressed for the job and someone tells you let's go meet in the room, say no. I was so goofy, and I said, and was, you know, I was caught off guard, and and the guy acted very professional, right? He was used to this. These men are experts at manipulating the 40-year-old men who are trying to attract the 20-year-old woman per the porn fantasies, let's just be honest, are extremely manipulative in their ways. So come to my room for this business meeting, and then I felt like I was going to be raped. I felt so... the room itself, the energy was so off-putting. He locked the door, and I'm like, oh my God, would anyone hear me if anything happens here? So my defenses went up, and I started feeling really nervous. Then he started telling me what the job really requires, you know, being his assistant. Massages, see, I'm having a hard time talking about it. Laid out some things that were not in the job description at the beginning, right? I felt extremely uncomfortable, and because I was in that space and I could be killed, I could be brutalized in any situation. I have already come from a very violent domestic violence situation with the marriage, so I didn't know how to respond to it. And right away, what happens when you have PTSD from violence is that you start reacting. You feel like you're someone is suffocating you. You don't know how to react in that moment. You feel paralyzed in some ways. So I didn't have the wisdom to fight or flight. I mean, that's what kicked in, but I was so paralyzed because I didn't even know what to do. Sorry, my goodness. Maybe I should put my glasses on, but it's okay. I'm gonna face this. It's the first time I tell the story. I've been so ashamed of it, but everything is purging now. And thank you for allowing me the space to hear my story, because I'm releasing it once and for all. I can't be carrying this around if I'm to be in any healthy relationships with anyone in my life, especially with myself. Woo! So I finally made a million excuses to how I need to go. This is not the job that I applied for. He still acted professionally through all this nonsense. And he's like, oh, then you're not qualified. And I'm like, okay, fuck you. I'm not qualified. Let me get the hell out of here as soon as possible. And I got out, and it was a horrible feeling. The walk of shame is not like the fun walk of shame. It was truly the walk of shame that I thought I learned better. I thought I was 25 years old, coming from trauma. So thank you. I did not know that I was going to cry today. But here we are, raw, real. And so it is. Okay, I'm going to go wipe all this off. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for listening to my story. And thank you for allowing me to release this on Instagram and Facebook, social media. I'm grateful for this beautiful life. I'm grateful to be here. I am so grateful to be the most powerful healer on the planet today. And I'm grateful that I'm able to share my pain so it might also reach your heart and heal you. And so it is.